Be honest, how many of you have stayed quiet when you just knew something wasn't right? We've all been there. Okay, we've all been at the restaurant and the food isn't the exact food cooked the way we like it, but we stay quiet and we don't say anything. We've all been at the hair salon and they've cut your hair too short, but you stay quiet and you don't say anything. Or even in a relationship, when your partner does something to you that doesn't sit well with you, instead of speaking up, we often smile and brush it off, and then we fume and we ring a friend and we are ranting and talking about how we have been so badly mistreated. But whose fault is it really? Whose fault is it really if we're the ones who are staying silent and we're not the ones speaking up? Let me tell you a story that might sound familiar. So years and years and years ago, I was sat in the nail salon, excited to get my nails done. I sat down and the nail technician started doing my nails. And I could see that this nail technician was cutting my nails too short. I didn't like the way that the gel was being applied either. Yeah, I sat there and I said nothing. I paid and I tipped generously for nails that ultimately I hated. And then I remember calling my mum and I was complaining on the phone about how bad my nails were and how I feel like I've been mistreated. But honestly, it wasn't their fault. It was actually my fault. I saw it happening. I felt the discomfort and I chose to silence myself. This happens to so many of us, not just at the nail salon, not just at the hair salon, but also in our relationships. We see things go wrong, but we don't speak up. We just stay silent, thinking that it's easier or worse, that our feelings don't matter. But here's the hard truth. The silence doesn't protect you. The silence betrays you. So it's time to use your voice, and not just any voice, but your dark feminine energy voice. Dark feminine energy is the ability to assert yourself without losing your softness. It's not about yelling. It's not about nagging. It's not about complaining. It's about calmly and confidently expressing your desires and expressing your needs. When you use this energy, you communicate from a place of power, and trust me, men love that. It is magnetic when you do that. Your energy becomes magnetic. Why, you might ask? Because it's not about pushing them or forcing them. It's about inspiring them to step up by showing them that you value yourself. A woman in her dark feminine energy knows her worth. She doesn't wait for things to happen. She makes things happen gracefully. And the masculine energy is hardwired to respond to that strong feminine force. So, if you want to know how to implement your dark feminine energy with your partner through your language to keep you and your partner satisfied in your loving relationship forever, then stick around because it's all coming up right now. Hi, welcome back to the Vibration Ball. My name is Ali Azari. I help women all over the world navigate their love life in a more feminine way. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, make sure to subscribe to stick around. I'm going to give you 3 real life scenarios where you can unleash your dark feminine energy with your partner through your language and start getting what you need from your partner without drama and without guilt. Let me give you an example. Let's say you've asked your partner to take care of something. That might be take care of a date night. That might be taking care of an errand. You ask him, but he doesn't follow through. He doesn't do as you ask him to. Instead of swallowing your frustration and thinking it's not worth bringing up this time, it's time to use your voice. The old you would probably smile and brush it under the carpet, say nothing's wrong, it's absolutely fine, don't worry about it. And then you would secretly fume and get frustrated. Maybe you're gonna ring your mom, maybe you're gonna ring a friend and talk about how frustrated you are that this man cannot read your mind. But instead, you're going to use your dark feminine energy voice and you're going to say, hey, darling, when I ask you to do something and you say you're going to do it and you don't follow through, makes me feel really unimportant to you. I really value us and I want us both to prioritize each other. How can we make sure that this doesn't keep happening? When you say this, you're not blaming him, but you're also not letting it slide either. You're stating your feelings clearly and you're letting him know that his actions impact you. You're also letting him know that you're a team. You're not blaming him. You're saying to him, how can we together make sure that this doesn't ever happen again? All of that said together is so powerful. You will get such a warmer response and you will get a different version of your man when you start speaking to him in this collaborative way. You're actually going to start to get a more proactive man. He's going to see that his actions are affecting you. You're coming from a place of emotion and he's not going to want to hurt you, especially if this is a man that loves you and wants to build a life with you. You're also setting the standard of what you will tolerate and what is acceptable in your presence. So the more times you are just sliding it under the carpet and thinking, I don't want to bring this up right now, you are also teaching him that that's actually acceptable and that's how he's allowed to speak to you. Let me give you another example. Let's say that emotional distance has crept in. He's been distant lately. He spent more time on his phone than he has connecting with you. Instead of retreating into yourself and just hoping that he will notice, you need to address it head on. So the old you is going to pretend everything is fine. You're going to retract into your shell. You're going to wait for him to notice, but in turn, you're going to feel increasingly more distant from him, which is the complete opposite of what you want to achieve in your relationship. But instead, you're going to use your dark feminine energy and you're going to say, I've noticed that we've been a little bit distant recently and I miss the connection that we usually have. I would love for us to spend some quality time together this weekend. What do you think about that? Doesn't it sound fun? When you say this, you are inviting him to reconnect with you without accusing him of anything. When you say this, he has no room to get defensive. He has no room to build walls up. This is you extending an olive branch for a reconciliation of reigniting that spark that you guys know deep down you have and you can reignite, but it takes work. Relationships take work, and it doesn't mean just from his side. He should initiate. He's the man. I say this over and over again. We as a woman in our feminine energy, we show a man how we want to be led. You're showing him that you value the relationship enough to speak up. And believe me, that openness is so attractive. That openness is so sexy. Let me give you another example. Let's say that things in the bedroom aren't like what they used to be. Instead of keeping quiet and just hoping that he will switch things up and hoping that he will take the lead and realize that you're not quite satisfied, step into your power, step into your dark feminine energy. So the old you is going to endure it. You're going to hope that something happens and something improves, but inside you're deeply unsatisfied. The attraction towards your man is dwindling, the respect for your man is dwindling, and your frustration for your man is on an all-time high. But instead, the dark feminine energy side of you is going to say, baby, I love being close to you, but I would love to explore more of what makes us both feel amazing. How about we try something new next time? I love trying new things with you, and I love being intimate and close with you. When you say this, you're expressing what you want and what you desire without criticism. You're inviting him into a conversation about your desires. You're making it sexy, you're making it fun, and that's what creates this deeper intimacy. Having that openness and being confident enough to speak up for what you like, what you want, what you need to feel happy. Dark feminine energy is so magnetic. It is so super powerful, you have no idea. Because let's be real, men are drawn to women who know how to balance their softness with their strength. When you express your needs with confidence without making it a confrontation, you actually give him the opportunity to show up for you. You're not telling him to change, you're inviting him to a deeper level of connection with you. That is so powerful. That is love. That is strength. That is what we mean by when we say work in relationships. This is the type of work you can do in your relationship, in your feminine energy. You're not becoming one of the guys, telling him what to do, dominate him, critique him. You're staying in your lane. You're staying sweet. You're staying assertive in your feminine energy and speaking in a feminine way. And to the masculine energy, that's completely and utterly irresistible. Men want to step up for a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to ask for it, but in a way that invites rather than demands. And that is the essence of dark feminine energy. When you tap into your dark feminine energy, you keep your relationship alive. You keep it fun. You keep it vibrant. You keep it sexy. You create a dynamic where you both feel seen. You both feel heard. And that's what keeps the spark alive long term. Long-term attraction isn't about keeping quiet to avoid conflict. It's about creating a space where you both feel fulfilled. You both feel understood. You both feel respected. A woman who uses her voice isn't difficult. She isn't naggy. She's a woman who values herself and prioritizes her own desires and her own needs. When a man sees that, it ignites something deep within him. He knows in that moment that he's not with just any woman. He's with a woman that is one of a kind. He's with a woman that knows her worth and not only knows it, isn't afraid to communicate it and ask for it and invite it into her life effortlessly. And now all of a sudden, he has this feeling where he feels obliged to serve her, obliged to make her happy, obliged to respond to every single invitation of hers. Then absolutely, I would absolutely love to do that with you. What a privilege it is to be invited by you to work on these things in our relationship. Remember, confidence is sexy. Having a voice is sexy. Having wants is sexy. Having needs is sexy. Having standards is sexy. Use your voice and communicate it without accusing, without demanding, but with invitation. So next time you find yourself at the metaphorical nail salon or hair salon or restaurant, speak up. Don't wait until it's too late to express what you really want. So that is a wrap for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please make sure to hit the thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So until next time, I love you. Bye.